Hello, everyone. It is Thursday afternoon. That means it's time for another Facebook Live. We're going to make this card. We're using, what do they call it? It's a special die. Let me pull out the catalog. That makes really deep impressions, but I forget what they call it. Well, impressions. So it calls it impressions. So this is the die set. It's phrases and frames impressions. And then it has a stamp set that goes with it. And that just has all the sentiments. So you have the stamp set and the die set. And we're going to use this little one right here. All right. While you all are finding me, I'm going to share this with my page. So if somebody's looking for it there, they can find it. And I forgot to draw for last week's. Excuse me, I have a tickle. Let me get a drink of water. So last week we made this fun Winnie the Pooh card, and I forgot to draw. And the random number picker that I use is on my phone, which is what I'm filming with. So I will draw that after I'm done, and then I will post it here on Facebook. So you will know who won. So every week, sorry, I'm trying to type and talk at the same time. We make something fun. We may have to change this. Well, no, not until school starts probably. It may have to get moved to the morning just because I may be helping pick up kids from school on the days. No, she doesn't work on Thursdays. Never mind. Never mind. Forget I said anything. All right. We have it posted over there. And we'll go back to where I was. Okay. We're ready to go. So every Thursday, I come to you almost every Thursday, and we make something fun, and then I give it away the next week. So this time, last week, we made this cute Winnie the Pooh card where we just die cut all these beautiful critters out of the designer series paper. So I will post after I'm done who won that. This week, I already showed you the stamps and dies. The paper I'm using is this Artisan Sketched designer series paper, and it's black and white, and it's all black and white. Let me show you. I can't remember if this one has posted yet or not, but this is a swap card I received using this paper. So they just fussy cut one of these flowers, colored it. There's this paper on there too. So really fun paper. Let me move this out of the way for the moment. I love a good stripe. Polka dot, there's the ones where you can cut out the vases. There's a nice pattern on the back. More vases. This is the pattern we're using today. Some beautiful roses with little leaves on the back. A bunch of roses. Some dark on the back, and then some just sprays of flowers. And so they're kind of, on one side they're lighter, although this one is light on both sides, and then the other one is usually more of the black. But really a fun, versatile, you can use any colors with these at all. Okay, so let's get started. And I did not do any of the die cutting ahead of time because I wanted you to see. So let's do that first. So I wanted you to see how this works. So let me get my dies. And we're going to pull out this die right here that has these fun lines on it. Let's get our... Now you do have to use the big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. for this. And the first thing you do, and I had thought about doing this ahead of time. I thought, no, I'm just going to show you the whole process, is you die cut just like you always would. So just die cut your piece. Don't need, we do need that. That's what we're going to stamp on. Sometimes I just get, there we go. We're going to stamp our sentiment on that, so I'm going to set that aside, but we don't need these plates. Now, I'm not going to pull this out since it's still staying in here so nice, so you're not going to really be able, well, I will, so you can see the difference, because I can put it back in there easily enough. So that's what it looks like. Let me get my card. So that maybe you can see the difference. So this is after we've done the impressions. This is before. So you can see the lines there, but it's not nearly as deep. So now we're going to, actually I did have to take it out, because what you need to do next is spritz it with water. So I just have one of our little spritzers. I'm going to try and do it over here away from my machine. And just, it doesn't have to be a lot. Just spritz it. And then you're going to put it, so we have plate 1, plate 2. The die goes in upside down or right side up, whatever. This cutting part is up. You put your die cut back in there. And then we have this special impressions plate. And I keep the paper so I can remember, because it shows you, let me take it out of the plastic a little bit. It shows you right on here, die cut, and then what sandwich to use for the impressions. So I just keep that by this little, I don't know what you call it. It's not hard. It's a rubbery, and it gets all the fibers on it. So you put that on top, and then what you use for embossing. So this plate that you use for embossing. And then you run it through. All right. And what you have, get all these plates out of the way. And this can go out of the way. All right, bring my paper back over. And now, you can see that it's really, well, it's so hard to pick up on camera. There you can kind of see. So now it's a nice deep indentation. So I just wanted to show you how that worked. We are going to stamp our happy anniversary in Memento on this oval that came out of the middle of our frame. Then we're going to set that aside. I have a piece for the inside, and this sentiment set has inside and outside, or what I think of as inside sentiments. So this is, may your day be filled with love and happiness. I made a mess down here, so I'm trying really hard not to push that down. Okay. That is all of our stamping. Set that apart, aside. Set that aside. Now we have a piece of this designer series paper, black polka dots on the back, but I wanted to add a little more color to it. So I'm taking my crisp cantaloupe, and I just had the scratch paper. Where did it go? Here it is. It's hiding underneath. I'm going to put these over here so they don't get lost. And I have one of our small blending brushes, And I need some scratch paper because I don't want it to go directly to this. I want to ink it up and then do that first because you'll end up with a dot like that. And I'm just going to go some of these bigger flowers. That's it. And so I'm just starting in the middle. And let's do one more right here. So it's just adding a little bit more color to this. All right, let's set that aside. Now we're ready to put it all together. So I have a crisp cantaloupe card base. And we will, before we do this, we need to wrap our ribbon around it. And this is the Bearly Blush, which is what this cardstock is the Bearly Blush. Oh, I think I did put some Bearly Blush on my example, inked with some of the smaller flowers in the Bearly Blush. Oh well, we didn't do that today. So just tie this in a knot. And then you can trim off those ends. And they don't have to be as short as sometimes because we're not putting our sentiment over it. So this is going to go just flat on our card base. Let's make sure it's straight. I can always tell when I turn it to the back if it's straight or not. Almost. There we go. So we'll attach this to our card. Oh, I think I just made it too much. And I did it kind of up in the upper left-hand corner. And then I kind of just laid this where I wanted it. And then put this piece down flat in the middle of it. And then this goes up on dimensionals over it. And I'm just using, these are some mini ones left over from a paper pumpkin kit. Hey, buddy. So that can go over the top of it. Like that. And then we'll put our inside one in. On the inside of our card. And there you go. Yeah, it's hard to pick up this this impression on camera. There you can see it a little bit better maybe. But it's really nice. And the trick is to spritz it with water before you run it through with the impression mat. All right, let's see. What do I have to show you? I have some swaps. I've been sharing them online. I already showed you this one that uses the same paper. Here's a let's see, who was that by? That's the one we don't know who is by. Butterflies from Paula. This is Patience. I love this paper. I forget what it's called. Look at this one from Beverly. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of coloring. And from Gail, that's a lot of die cutting. This is that Flora. I forget what it's called now. This is from Judy. And that moth is from the same paper. This Moonlight Flora or Moonlit Flora, that's where this moth came from. This one is from Sherry. I don't even remember this set. I love how she stamped it multiple times to show motion. This is Kay's. This is using that May product of the month, that berry berry botanical vellum. And it's just a little fun fold. We just fold it down. I made those years ago. This is from Susan, and I'm sure it didn't show up on, there you go. You can see how she colored the flowers with Wink of Stella. Isn't that gorgeous? And the last one is from April. And she put ink on her embossing folder before she ran it through to get that look. And I don't have this embossing folder. Somehow I missed that. I usually buy them all because I love embossing folders. All right. So next week, somebody will win this card, and I will post. So I think I also forgot to mention, in case you're new here, on my blog, shortly after this, I will post the dimensions for this card. So if you want to make one like this, you'll have the dimensions. But I'll post on Facebook who won the Winnie the Pooh card, because I forgot to draw that. But next week, everybody that posts on Facebook, that comments on Facebook on this video, will be in the drawing for this card. Okay. That is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye.